This video is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, etc.
People on the green team are upset with me. People who were once described as the Proudfoot side are upset with me. Advisors are upset with me. Investigators are upset with me. Creators are upset with me. At Night's upset with me. And I say, what else is new? Right? What else is new? It feels like a little bit like everybody but me was allowed to have different opinions and change their opinions or do things that they thought were right one time and realized they're not right. But for me, it's unforgivable. I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating too much. And honestly, it's not like they have anything on me that like is anything different than anybody on this app. Any creator has done. Anybody changed their minds, looked at different people, whatnot. Were taken in by certain people, fooled by people, misled, allowed themselves to be misled. But nonetheless, I'm going to address a couple things. So people are putting out texts they have from me to, there's two, I've talked about this before, two like, I don't know what you want to call it, rogue mods who were deceptive to me, thought they were my friends, but they weren't. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I just want to say, in my own defense, okay? In my own defense, you guys know, literally, practically since the day I came on YouTube Live, and every day since, I don't know that a day has passed where somebody involved in the Sebastian Rogers case, from any side, one side or the other side, wasn't making a video about me, playing my videos, making fun of me, making cartoons about me, trashing me, calling me names, old lady, idiot, and worse, threatening me, okay? From everywhere. And I mean, I'm sure you all have seen it, right? And I ignored it. I wouldn't watch them. Sometimes things would get to because people would send me stuff and I'd say, people, please don't send me this stuff because I don't want to see it. I know people are talking about me. I know people are saying stuff about me. Just don't send me this stuff. But sometimes it did get to me and I would see it. Sometimes I would react. Sometimes I wouldn't react. Some things hurt me more than others. But, you know, for the most part, I would say that I had to stay above the fray of those attacks that were daily by multiple people, by multiple creators, an onslaught daily, every day. And I think I was pretty good at not talking about other creators. There were a couple creators I did talk about. I did do a whole live about a conversation I had when I was on TikTok with Stephen Crabtree, right? Oh, here comes Ben. Ben, no, it's not. So that's not new. I talked about the automatic license plate readers that I was really thought that Flock Safety, a company in Atlanta, had installed over 1,000 automatic license plate readers that can read a license plate going 75 miles an hour, like something in a second. And I thought that would be really good to get in contact with this company because maybe you could see. I remember one particular live. Let me just say this. I remember one particular live where somebody came in my chat and said something to me about being a stepmother and was really nasty, and it got me upset. And I was crying about it. And I blocked them from the live, or I talked about, I don't remember, whatever it was. But even while I was live, so the woman went to Every Day with Jay's live, and Jay brought her up. And then they sat there and replayed me crying about being hurt, about what this woman said about my kid, being a step parent, just, hitting me below the belt. I may have to cut this live short. If I have to cut the live short, I'll let you know. I'll come back later. And while I was live, she brought her up, and they were just laughing at me and making fun of me. I didn't forget that. I didn't forget that happened. And it didn't make me angry, yes. And did I do things because I was mad? Yeah. But did I ever put it out there? Anything? No. Did I talk about Jay? No. Somebody who was, again, this rogue mod who came at me, who was really working for somebody else and befriended me. But even though I feel like I did a pretty decent job kind of just sticking to the things I wanted to talk about, not just going after other creators, not playing other people's lives, like people played my lives every day, like nonsense, making fun of me and everything. But I'm a human, I get triggered with it. But I didn't put it out. So if you're showing a text from me talking about somebody else that I never did anything about or did anything with or talked about anything, I didn't come in with friends. I didn't have friends. And you guys are my friends, but there's no creator friends I have. And now that, what's his name? Tony, and At Night too, because I said I'm going to unpack At Night as well. All the things. Hi, Ginger Bell. What they want to do is get literally everybody at the same time bombarding me and being pissed at me and putting out things that will make one creator mad at me or another creator mad at me. But like I said, nothing's new. Everybody has been mad at me. All these people have been mad at me. A couple people stop being mad at me for like 5 seconds. Big whoop. They can turn around tomorrow and be mad at me. It's really nasty out here. It's really not a place I want to be, frankly. And I feel torn about it. I feel like, should I go on, not go on, whatever. But people, like, they'll forget all that they said about me and just come after me, for something I never even talked about online. But one of the things has to do with CLUEminati in a text. And I said I had bad stuff on her. And it was something what somebody told me, which is that which is not true. And I never talked about it on here, which is, they said that her ex-husband is the brother of Chris's sister's husband, right? And they told me that. And I didn't know that. I was like, wow, they are? Yeah, they have the same last name. And this is all a lie. They knew each other before. But I never reported on it. I don't talk about people's kids or anything like that. But I do want to show you that I did look into it, and it's not true, okay? Just so you know. You can put to rest. They are not brothers. They are not related. Melissa, Chris's sister's husband, is not from the state of Tennessee, even. In fact, he's up from the Midwest. Anyway, I'm putting that to rest. That's what somebody told me. I thought it was true that they were brothers. They're not brothers. That was it. I wouldn't ever talk about her kids or anything. Believe me. I don't. You guys know that. But I'm sorry to Everyday with Jay and to CLUEminati that I wrote a text to somebody. I'm sorry to both of them that they saw a text from me to somebody who literally works with Tony and at night and was setting me up, who I haven't spoken to since the beginning of the year. They can be forgiving of me, know that I never said anything. Love, all, trust for you. Yeah. But nonetheless, I feel badly. It's crazy, the double standards. It's absolutely insane, the double standards that people have for me or for themselves even, sometimes. I wanted to tell you I'll just tell you quickly about the CashApp thing, and then I have to go. So a friend of mine sent me, remember yesterday I was talking about the godparents? Somebody sent me, I feel bad because I don't want to hurt anybody. I really don't. Anyway, I never talked about it, and I'm sorry because I did try to stay above, what Tony and at night are trying to do is get everybody upset with me, and it's fine. There's CashApp that was started by the godmother, right? Remember the godparents I was telling you, this Fleming family who was living in Georgia at the time Sebastian was born, and now live in Clarksville, although they're Seth's age, not Katie's age. And my friend sent me, she called me and said, I remember back when they stopped the Sisters GoFundMe, they were telling people some people were telling people to send to a CashApp instead. They said that they had this CashApp instead to send it to. And as it turns out, the CashApp was run by the godmother. But I thought that went away pretty quickly. But my friend sent me, I'll show it to you, that she had made 2 donations, actually. One in April 2024 and one in the middle of June 2024. And it was from lives that were, one from the middle of June, because it was going to this woman, Tanya. Her name was Tanya. And on the CashApp it says M.B. Fleming, right? Fleming is her married name. M stands for her middle name. I have it. B is for her maiden name, which starts with a B. I don't know what it is. It's about me, it's about my mistakes. I don't want to speak for her, but y'all know that. Yes, this is the original CashApp. Tanya Fleming. No, he wasn't just, Julie was upset. She thought you were upset. I won. He used to sing all the time, just don't repeat history. Thank you, crime apology. But did you know that this CashApp was still going in mid-June? The question I have is, why was this Fleming still collecting funds in June? This is after Tony arrived, right? Didn't he arrive towards the beginning of May? And she was still collecting funds in mid-June. I mean, I know we just passed tax day in April. I'm just curious, how people file their taxes and stuff like that. It's really, everyone makes mistakes. It's true, everyone makes mistakes, but I made a lot, and I'm sorry. All I could do is try to be better. Anyway, I just thought it was very curious. I'm a little distracted today. I thought it was curious that it was still going in June. And again, I still have to show you that video of Tony talking about the tips from the CLUEminati TikTok going to TikTok creators that he gave that money to, he thought were doing a good job talking to Sebastian Rogers. And even if it was a small amount, that money was donated for CLUEminati, not for TikTok creators talking about Sebastian Rogers. So I think Tony should get that money back, or give that money, whatever money he took on TikTok to TikTok creators talking about Sebastian, back to CLUEminati's family, because that's what it was donated for. Anyway, I'm gonna go be with Ben, and I'm sorry I have to cut this live short today, but please just understand, they're really digging the bottom of the barrel.
All right, that about covers it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to turn your bell notifications on. Until next time, be well.